Hi everyone, my name is Lyman Inslee. I'm a counselor here at Victor Valley College, and I wanted to put together this short presentation on WebAdvisor to show you how to use all the resources in it so that you can find many of the answers to the questions you might have. Oftentimes, almost on a daily basis, I see students who have questions that can easily be found on their own that they don't have to make a counseling appointment for. They don't have to come in and wait for drop-in times to ask. So hopefully this is helpful to you. Now let's say you're new to college, or you're returning to college, or you're just not familiar with WebAdvisor. We use this platform to register for classes, and it's used for many different things, and I'll show you that in a moment. Now let's talk about first how to get here. You're going to type in webadvisor.vvc.edu. So here at the top, my browser, I'm going to type in that. Now you can type it right into your search bar from any browser, or you can Google it. Once you're here, your screen's going to look like this. You're going to want to go to login. Now you do need to set up your passwords. You do need to set up your user ID, and so I'm going to assume you have done that. If you have, you should see it store. You type it in here under user ID. You type it in your password. Now many of you will let your computer save it. That's fine. Just be sure you write down that password and don't forget it when you come see a counselor. It helps us if we need to pull up your WebAdvisor to do it quickly if you have that password memorized or written down somewhere. Now let's say you haven't set that stuff up yet, or you've forgotten it quickly. You're going to go back to your main menu, and I want you to click on what's my user ID, follow the instructions for finding that. I want you to click on manage my password and follow the instructions for doing that. Now we're going to log in. I'm going to hit submit. My username and password have been auto-generated for me. Again, write that down. And now I'm inside I'm now logged into WebAdvisor. You're going to want to click on what says Students. It's a blue bar here on the right corner of your screen. Now when you're logged in, it's going to look a little different than what I see, but it should be similar. You're going to have, let's just kind of go left to right. You're going to be able to look at some information. I'm new to WebAdvisor. What's my user ID? You can update profile settings. You can update mailing address, and so on. If you're filing for financial aid and you want to know the status of that, please come here and click on the different kinds of links. You're going to have a little bit more information than I have because, again, I'm a faculty member. I'm not a student, but this should still be helpful to you. So check here for your financial aid. Save yourself some time, go into the financial aid office. Maybe what you're looking for can be easily found here. You're also going to see options to pay for classes. Payment in full if you need to make a payment, or if you need to bring your account up to current, whatever that might be. Now registration, this is probably the part I'm going to focus on the most, and most likely the part that students need to really get familiar with. We can register for classes, we can look at course listings, we can buy parking permits, I can see my registration date for future semesters or the current semester. On your screen, this is going to be over here on the right. So just bear with me here. Again, the links are similar, but you're going to see them over here on the right corner of your screen. And finally, the academic profile. I want to know what my grades are. I want to know my class schedule. I want to order transcripts or look at unofficial transcripts. See, many of these questions we get asked, and students can find them right here, or start that process of requesting these things right here. Let's say I want to register for classes. I'm going to click on register for sections. Let's click there. Now it's thinking, and it's going to take a little while for it to bring me to that section. Here I am. It says if not automatically redirected, please click here. On my computer, I often need to click here. Yours might be the same, or it might do it for you automatically. We're going to get all these pop-up screens. Read them. If they're pertinent to you, make a note of it, but I'm going to go ahead and close out. A lot of this is just sort of introductory stuff. Now, let me start with a blank screen. Here's what you should see. We're going to go left to right. You're going to look at the current semester. Make sure you select that semester. Sometimes you might see a semester that's in front of you or behind you. and so on. At the time of this video, I'm in the spring 2020 semester. Location, we have classes that are online, we have classes that are off campus, so that's where you would select the location. But if you're open to anything, you want to do a general search, just leave it on any location. Section names, if you know a little bit more specific about the class, you can go ahead and type it in by different ways. But for most of us, we're going to do a general search. So for example, I want to add in a health class. You just start to type in the class. The WebAdvisor is intuitive enough to know that what you're trying to type, and that looks good to me. It goes by department and then kind of what we would call a section number. I'm going to do a search, and it's going to pull up everything that comes up. Now, since I'm at the making of this video, our spring semester has already started. I can't add anything that has already started. So today is February 25th. This class started on February 18th. So the only way I'm going to be able to add this class within the period after the semester starts is by getting an add code, and I'll talk to you about that in a moment. Let's go ahead and start left to right. You'll notice the add button is crossed out. Again, that's because class started on the 18th. It's now the 25th. Here's the class. If I let my cursor hover over it, it gives me a course description, tells me when it started, when it's over. And this is an online class. Remember when we were talking about location, we have online classes, we have classes off campus, and we have classes on campus. Here's the faculty member. If I let my cursor hover over that, I'm going to get their email. Maybe I need to contact them. Maybe I need to make a note of this. It's a 3-unit class, and as of the making of this video, it says there's 4 seats available. Total seat capacity is 30. But again, it's the 25th, so these classes I don't have, unless I want to go and email the professor or I want to go to the class. Let's look at this one, for example. This one is started on the 22nd. It goes until the 11th. It's a Saturday class. As for Saturday, it's at 8 o'clock to 12:15 p.m. It's a hybrid class, meaning half of it is online, half of it is in person. And when I do go to class, I'm going to go to Building 80, Room 01C. Here's my professor and so on. But these classes are currently unable to add on WebAdvisor. So I'm going to go to the section that says, if I look down here, I see one that says add, and it's not crossed out. Why is that? Again, this is an April 25th class. It hasn't started yet, so I can still add this class on WebAdvisor. Let's continue reading. It's a Saturday class. It's 8 o'clock in the morning start. It ends at 12:15 p.m. It's a hybrid, so again, it's half online, half in person. Kay Franco is my instructor. There's the email, and so that looks good to me. I'm going to add that, and you'll notice down here I'm going to get a pop-up. Again, if this is pertinent to you, make note of it. If not, go ahead and close out. I'm going to close out. It's still letting me move forward, and you'll see here, put the class for me on my calendar. So it's Saturday, and it gives me a visualization so I can see to make sure that I'm not registering for classes at a time that is inconvenient for me or overlaps with other classes or perhaps overlaps with my work or other responsibilities. So down here, unsubmitted changes, the class is now populated. And just like online shopping or anything you sort of do online, it kind of puts it in a shopping cart. I like to use that analogy. And I hit submit changes, and that means I'm going to confirm my choice. And it's, again, it says, the pop-up comes up. You've selected this class. Are you sure this is what you want? Please click the button, and so on. I'm abbreviating there. You can go ahead and read for yourself what it says. Paraphrasing, I should say. And I'm going to hit submit. And I'm in the class. I don't want to hit submit because it's going to register for me that class, but hopefully this is a good example for you on what it is to use WebAdvisor. And hopefully some of those questions that we went over, some of the information we went over, you find helpful and you can answer on your own without having to come to counseling. Make sure you come to our website, VVC Counseling. You can Google that. We post information on there. Follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.